Hey, I saw that.
You didn't see anything.
All right, here we go. Hey everyone, welcome back to the All Music Matters of That podcast. I'm your host, Brian. And today, welcome to a special guest. We got the boys from Tempting the Tides. We got Robert, Anthony, and Josh. How you boys doing?
Not bad.
Yeah, good. Pretty good.
Pretty good for a Saturday morning or afternoon now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't math. Anyway, whenever you're watching this, it's that time.
I'm assuming it's Eastern Standard or something like that. So, hey, how you boys been recently? What's new?
Whole bunch of nothing. We just dropped our first single last Friday, called Hollow. It's the song we've been working on since I joined the band back in November. Finally kind of got it mixed mastered, and it's out on Spotify and iHeartRadio. We're still waiting for it to come out on Apple.
Amazon Music.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's on Amazon Music now too. So we're doing open mic night. We're booking shows, and we're planning on recording a couple more songs next month. So we're kind of excited. We're hitting the ground running and gonna try to sprint through a wall.
In a metaphorical way of speaking. So, yeah.
Well, no, he might actually run through a wall.
I say, run for that wall right now. So, yeah.
I mean,
Well,
Kenny.
I like my house. I don't have the money to yet to repair those kind of repairs.
Yeah.
I mean, you said Kenny was a giant wall behind you, too. So, is this going to be like, oh my God, we killed Kenny?
But Kenny.
Hey, Dad. This chicken good, chicken.
Oh my God, we just dropped a South Park reference. Okay, I'm loving everything right now. All right, let's do this.
All right, that's all good. That's
Throw it
it.
out of me, man.
Actually, when I was listening to it last night, it almost gave me like a Kiss for Jersey sort of feels, as well as like some of the old alternative music I used to listen there too. Is that what you guys were kind of shooting for?
Definitely, I can't really speak originally to what you guys were aiming for, because how long were you guys doing stuff before I joined?
I joined around what, mid-August, around beginning of August.
Yeah, me and Kenny started getting the groundwork going for this band end of May, beginning of June. That's when Chris came in, and then you followed shortly thereafter. So yeah, it's been
Kind of all fell down from the sky and just found each other somehow magically, which I'm just like very thankful.
and I'm very happy that we got this guy
Don't
and
touch me.
this guy. No.
Anyway, but like when I first heard the song, I was getting musically wise like a lot of Howard Jones Kill Switch from it, and it was interesting listening to previous recordings of it, because it was definitely more of a hardcore direction, and I'm like, these guitars are too good. I need to kind of let them breathe a little bit, and let them kind of shine from it. And so I went a little more clean with it, and I think it turned out pretty damn good.
Oh,
I think they would like to try to stick to the early 2000s metalcore vibe. That's what we're kind of trying to represent.
I think it's kind of in general all of our for the 5-person Venn diagram we have. That's kind of our middle section is 2000s metalcore.
oh yeah. We all have our main inspiration. That's definitely our main vibe.
Yeah, I definitely got notes of that when I was listening to it last night. So, needless to say, got a new follower on Spotify.
Awesome, thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
No worries. We're off to a good start there, nonetheless, here too. But we get to talk more about the music and everything else here too in just a little bit. But first off, boys, welcome to my podcast here. And the way it's going to work is I'm going to ask you guys some questions to get to know who you guys are, both as the musicians and as the individuals as well here too. So, are you ready?
Yes.
All right. All right. So let's do it like this. Josh, you can go first, then Robert, and then Anthony to close it out here too. So, Josh, tell us your backstory. I guess what role do you play in the band, and what's your backstory about how you became a musician?
Well, my role is kind of more of trying to be the creative, director of it mostly, trying to figure out how the riffs go and try to create the riffs essentially. But I play guitar mostly. But I guess my backstory was just I kind of found music at a really low place in my life, so it was kind of an eye-opening thing. I started picking up the guitar and I was like, hey, this kind of sounds good. I did that for 2.5 years, just trying to make noise, and then I was like, oh, cognitive function can work now. I can remember how to play remember how to play melodies. But I just picked it up and I've never looked back. And it's been a blessing ever since. And I found these wonderful gentlemen, and it's just been. I feel very blessed to be with you guys.
Or it's my first name. It was like all of a sudden like. It's like, oh, thank you so much. Now, fuck you. No sort of the deal. So
Give or take, yeah.
That's Josh in a nutshell.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess when you kind of go through some dark periods, I guess was it kind of dealing with like depression, or was it kind of more related to COVID in a way?
I kind of ramped up my like creative writing during COVID because being stuck inside all the time, you got nothing better to do. You sit in front of a computer listening to backing tracks 10, 12 hours a day, trying to figure out riffs. But it all comes back to like just trying to figure out what works best and how I can manage to make everything sound cohesive and still catchy at the same time. But like as far as like depression goes, I try to like combat that as best as I can, just with the right therapy. I can't recommend therapy enough to anyone. So
I didn't know therapist. My guitar is my therapist. So
yeah, exactly.
That's good. Okay. I guess Robert, what's your story? Because it sounds like you're more the newest member of the group, right?
Yeah. So I grew up a musical theater nerd who just really liked metalcore music. So I picked up bass a long time ago to play in church, but then I also was doing plays in high school. I always liked just having that front man, like people like, oh, let's listen to him kind of stuff. And then I just like the low end, so I played a lot of bass growing up, X, Y, and Z. That's kind of where I got into music. I was originally a bassist, and then band-wise, and then turned into a vocalist. So I started another band a while ago with one of my buddies, a couple of my buddies, and one of them moved to Vancouver for school. So I was like, well, I'm out of a band for a while. I'm going to be, I need something to kind of fill the void. And saw them post on, they were looking for a vocalist. And I was like, Middletown, right 20 minutes north of me, looking for a metalcore, like a 2000s kind of vibe metalcore vocalist. I'm going to go see what this is about. Went to audition, and I think we just kind of vibed almost immediately with everything. So it was a fun process, and I don't look back because it's been a hell of a ride. And I cannot wait to start playing live, because that's my bread and butter. Is just crowd work and the bright lights, the full fun, like everything about it. All this work up just makes it all a heck of a lot more worth it too. So, but yeah, no, musical theater was my background. How I make the turn is just because I listened to Metallica, Avenged Sevenfold, and Trivium like as soon as I got done play practices and stuff.
Like a lot of the bands you just mentioned there too. I think people are gonna be like, are you the old school or are you the new school sort of Trivia, Metallica, and all those guys?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. 2000s era. Although I feel like Trivium's making a comeback with some of their new stuff. So Anthony and I are actually going to be going to go see Trivium and Bullet in Philly here next month. I'm excited for that one. We bought tickets completely separately. We had no idea each other were going. Then we're like, oh, I guess we'll see each other there. We'll see each other there. Then
We knew each other at the time.
actually, yeah, I think that was before I joined the band. Is when we bought tickets, and it was like, oh, we're just gonna. And I think we've all, like, you and I have been to like multiple Trivium concerts, like, and not because I think we have pictures of like the same Trivium concert before, which is
Different angle.
correct. Yeah. So it's one of those that like that, and it's fun to scream because you want to talk about therapy. It's just getting out on stage and yelling into a microphone is about as fun as it gets, right? Yeah, like I don't need a pillow. I have a microphone.
I guess so. Otherwise, I think it would be like a Mudvayne sort of new metal sort of style, I guess.
Right.
Not that deal. Yeah.
I can dig.
Okay. I guess Anthony, what's your story?
All right. So, speaking of therapy, I'm the drummer, so I can drum a little bit, and that's essentially my therapy. But I've been drumming since like what 2009 somewhere.
You're a wee laddie.
A little tiny little speck. But I've been in like marching band between both high school and college, drumline, front ensemble. I taught at a few high schools, like right around the time of the pandemic. Now I'm no longer teaching with those guys just because they were just stuff worked out between the pandemic and just not having the time like I used to back at that point. And even trying to think of like the right way of phrasing it. But yeah, but I've always been like a big like rock, especially like progressive rock, progressive metal fan. Like I've been heavily influenced bands like Rush, Dream Theater, Zeppelin, The Who, from like back in the day, and then we got like the more modern with like Porcupine Tree. Then we got the hardcore metalcore scene with Trivium, August Burns Red.
You and I are learning this at the same time too, so this is
An eye-opening.
You know I'm a big progressive. I might not have specified band,
that's fair enough.
but yeah, and once you start hearing some more of the tracks, I don't know if you kind of got that progressive rock vibe from Hollow, but some of the newer stuff, especially the songs we're heavily starting to work on now, is definitely going to be a lot more of that Mike Portnoy, Travis Smith type era of Trivium. It's going to be. I'm excited.
I think he grows an arm when he plays, like, because there's no way he just like some of those fills he
How
does.
can someone control all four limbs so accurately? That's my question.
Oh, my favorite is when we had our first like full rehearsal. You're like, "Hey, where's the third arm?" I'm like,
You gotta get to know me.
5 fingers, and if you include both hands.
I mean, if we're using a third arm, then I think we're playing Pantera then, right?
Or Meshuggah's bleed.
Oh,
I guess that too. Actually, no, that'd be a third leg then, because the arms are pretty much easy part. It's more the legs, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we need 2 hands just to play the Hurtas.
Sure. Actually, speaking of which, I got tickets to see Meshuggah when they're coming with Cannibal Corpse and Carcass. Actually,
so lucky.
oh yeah, I actually got it for my workplace. But where are you guys based out of? Are you?
so Delaware,
The state.
yeah,
Delaware.
the state of Delaware, not
Not Delaware, Ohio, or Delaware.
Kenny and Anthony. So Anthony's obviously the drummer. Josh is one of our guitarists. Kenny's our bassist. Kenny and Anthony are based out of Middletown, so that's kind of where we are, like hub area. I'm from Dover.
I'm from the Dover area.
Yeah, and then our other guitarist is from like up north in Bear, Delaware. So.
Would you say it's the Delaware, not those other Delawares?
Correct. We're the actual Delaware, not the town in Ohio.
Yeah, or any other Delaware.
Yeah, well, yeah, and then I put in Wilmington in Google, and it comes up Wilmington, North Carolina. It's the worst.
Oh god! Every time I try to put an address down, it ends up like.
Mhm.
I don't need to go to one.
If I look for a restaurant in Dover, it comes up New Hampshire. Like,
I mean, I like New Hampshire. I don't want to go there at this moment.
no, not when I'm hungry.
I can stop at
You drive like 10 hours just to go get something to eat up in New Hampshire. So I mean,
I might drive 10 hours for good pizza. Like,
Got a point there.
Yeah, if you want to go
debatable.
to or New York.
Just
But
go
yeah.
to New York, get the New York style pizza.
well, that's the thing is like that's the nice part about Delaware is we kind of live close to everything. Like we're a 3-hour drive from New York, a 2-hour drive, 1.5-hour drive to Philly. 45 hour to Baltimore. Yeah, so like we have options.
Central hub.
Yeah, but there's nothing to do.
Mm-hmm. So we make
Directly around us, at least.
Yeah.
I guess so. I guess let's go ahead and jump into Tempting the Tides. I know about Pushing the Tides, and that's a Mastodon song, so I guess where Tempting the Tides come from.
Yeah, unfortunately, Brian, or whatever his name was, just left Mastodon too.
Where did Tempting the Tides name come from?
I'm trying to remember. I think that like came up like really early on. Like I think the four of us was just.
I think we were mishmashing names, and then I remember specifically I went and asked like random like out of like one of my friends that I know, like, hey, what do you think about these names? And they were just generating names. And Tempting the Tides was one of them, and he chose Tempting the Tides out of it. And I was like, all right.
It's also just hard to find an original name too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Variation of each other.
So it's why every Xbox gamer tag has like numbers afterwards.
We all discussed it. We all collectively agreed that Tempting the Tides was a good title.
Yeah.
Which case is almost like Tempting the Tides 1, 2, 3 in that case.
Right, yeah, or like XX, Tempting the Tides, XX, yeah.
Something like that. Actually, I was going to say it's maybe like the dartboard effect, where just put up a bunch of names, just throw dart like this. That's our band name.
Say how we're going to name our next song.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll figure that one out. That'll be.
I'm not allowed to say the next.
No, you're not.
We forbid you to say the name. So yeah.
No, Josh is banned from naming rights for he's not.
I can write them.
He's kind of on timeout for it.
Come on.
Was it like one of those like titles? Some of those bands, I think like Chiodos, for instance, or even like Delaware's Prada. Was it like some of those song names? It sounds ridiculous, but the lyrics have nothing to absolutely do with it. Is that what he was doing?
If Anthony has his way, that's going to be all of our song titles. Yes, but then if Josh has his way, they're going to be like that, but inappropriate. So like it's
we need a stupid long song title for no reason other than to just have Rob say it at some point.
I wrote to the FedEx man, but the FedEx man wrote back to me and said, "Stop emailing me." And it's just one strum of a guitar, and that's it.
Napalm Deaths You Suffer Part 2.
He's like, you suffer, but why? So yeah. Just like 1 second. They technically make it 4 seconds on like all the streaming platforms and everything, but it's only like barely like 1.12 seconds long. That's how long it is.
Yeah, no, saying the name of the actual song title will be longer than the actual song.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, this is blah, 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 blah.
Anyway, here's our next song.
Actually, I was going to say, it's almost like now in this case. Like, or do you guys real big? It's like technical.
I'm going to need you guys to stop joking about. One thing I don't think you've realized is if you guys make a joke, even if it's like seems far-fetched, I'm going to run with it.
That's why I'm on timeout.
This correct. I love music.
In the car for you the other day.
I know. I love music, but like I also love to laugh, and I think
trying to find the right balance.
Correct.
Is very hard.
That's why I'll sing about sad stuff, but in between, you better believe I'm making a dad joke, like in the middle, like in between our songs.
Yeah.
Actually, I thought one of your titles would be like, "Hey, please, Karen, stop sexting me" or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever had the white Nissan, you left your lights on.
This is the part where we start kicking.
He's kicking.
Tony, he loves kicking.
I guess you're not invited to the anti raid.
I guess so.
I will say, no, I think our next song, like one of the next songs we're working on is going to have, I'm talking to our mixer about it to see if he could put in this soundbite from Pirates of the Caribbean, just I've got a job to right in the middle of it.
Pretty breakdown call out.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because you can put anything before breakdown and it'll absolutely hit.
Is that the part before he falls down the stairs?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, sounds good. Well, I guess jump into Hollow real quick. I guess what's it normally delving into, and I guess give the audience more about the history about it here too, because it seems like this is your first song, and I guess how many more other ones you got coming out?
So yeah, this is our first song. It started like I said before I joined the band, and it was kind of, I feel like it was more of like my test is like see how I wrote for it kind of thing, because like they had this like down. Like it was, and I come in, I'm like, there's this kill switch sounding borderline song, and I can't like not do it justice. I'm so used to like writing lyrics kind of on the fly with just how my brain works that I actually sat down and like at my computer for 2 hours just re-listening to the song over and over again to kind of get it. But like I'm also grateful that it already had a working title, because I wrote lyrics based around the title, and didn't title it based around the lyrics, just to kind of give me like a story path to take on it, because I'll take like internal like direction or like history for when it comes to writing, especially lyrics, but I like telling stories too. So I think that this is this is definitely a story that like a lot of people I feel like can resonate with, and it's man and woman who are in a relationship. They've been together for a while, but it's just there's nothing. They don't fulfill each other, right? Like, and so it's the subsequent like depression of being in a not fulfilling relationship. And I kind of took it vocally with. You can hear as I have the cleans, but like you can hear the background screams of like the surface of this relationship looks great, sounds great, but then you hear like the struggle from the inside kind of creeping through, and like all the dark thoughts and stuff like that. So it's it was a fun one to write, and I think I had to make like to fit lyric wise what I would work for me. I think the only thing we needed to do was extend one part of like was the breakdown.
Yeah. Or the thrash section.
Yeah, and but like other than that, the rest of the song was perfect. Like
credit to Aaron for producing.
100%.
Yeah.
Johnson of Dark Prophet.
Yeah,
Wonderfully done.
and that if you're in this area, like dude knows his stuff.
Yeah.
He wasn't. I guess he was doing more of the mixing and mastering. I think I missed the name. Sorry.
Yeah. So he's our recording engineer.
He's very easy to work with, very kind and generous, and it'll be hard to try to find someone else to work with.
I don't think we are. I think we're because like we already have booked for April going back to record our next two. So
Because how many more songs you got coming out? Or are you just going to do those next two? Or you got like a whole album?
yeah, we have a full 5-song set list pretty much geared up, ready to go. Putting some final touches on the final 2. Because ideally we're going to try to put out an EP by, I want to say August-ish.
Don't quote him on that.
Yeah, don't quote me on that one. That's yeah. But like we needed songs to fill a set list, because we're doing a lot of opening stuff. We're not obviously not headlining yet, but we will. Just wait. So our game plan is get an EP, like get enough songs for an EP, work on recording, work on playing, work on like just playing together our live stuff, maybe sell some merch, and then once we get the EP out and once we kind of get more comfortable, then gear up for like a full length album next 2026.
I guess in terms of shows wise, you think you try to sneak over to neighboring Virginia? I know there's a good amount of metal bands down there on the east coast of Virginia.
So Kenny actually handles a lot of our booking stuff. He's a salesman during the day, so like he's the perfect guy to like.
It only comes natural.
Right? Yeah. He just like he's like, oh no, like I'm just gonna talk to people and like cool, we're gonna get it out, which kind of is a breath of fresh air for the rest of us, because we kind of get to focus on a lot of the creative stuff.
Yeah.
So like he's basically the ringleader of this circus.
Mm-hmm.
We're the monkeys. So like yeah, or the dance. But I am down, like I'm down to go damn near anywhere to play because like I got family in Tennessee, so like I mean I'm in places to stay in down as far down as Tennessee.
Florida's on my butt.
Yeah, and then
with those games.
I personally just because the Broadway nerd in me, I would love to play in New York City at some point. Like just like even like opening, like we only make enough money to basically like cover gas, right? Like I would probably take a loss, like just to say I played in New York City, right? Like
I got family in New York too, so it's not like it would be a complete.
Yeah, fair enough. Stay with them.
I mean, if it doesn't work on New York Broadway, you got the Nashville Broadway. How about that?
Fair. Yeah, absolutely. Oh God, I was in Nashville last fall for a football game. Go Vikings.
This guy.
Everybody else is an Eagles fan. So, you're Ravens, right?
I'm a Ravens.
Okay.
Giants.
Actually, it was like, oh God, not the fucking Vikings. That's why he was looking. That's the way Josh May looked like.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I like the real purple team. The team with the good color purple.
Jeez. Actually, that explains the purple hair there too. So.
I think the lost cause at the points. Giants.
Thank you so much, New York, for giving us the most powerful right back there could be. So yeah.
I still can't believe that. That was insane.
Yeah. You know, it initially did not start off as good as people actually thought it was going to be, but then they really turned it around afterwards. So I mean, like, congratulations, Philly. There you go.
So this interview really should have been with Chris and Kenny then, because like, unfortunately, I grew up in Delaware around Eagles fans, and as a Vikings fan, I do hate the Packers, but being surrounded by Philly fans, I hate the Eagles more. That being said, go Flyers! All right, like Philly, everything else. Philly, everything else. So I am a Philly fan.
Oh, that's right.
So I understand where it comes from, but
it's like, okay, this interview's over. So
yes,
as an avid Devils fan, I cannot tolerate this hate talk.
Brady's the best mascot in sports. Period. Get out of here.
Argue that.
It's a hate speech at this point. So yeah, that old deal. All right. I don't really care either. I am from Pittsburgh, but I respectfully respect your opinions. I would say I enjoy watching other people. It's normally fun, like, see like our teams beat up on each other too, especially when there are people are like, be like, "Fuck you, man." That's sort of deal.
Right. So. Sports is just fun. Like they're a good outlet too. Like, because you're never wrong. Nobody's ever wrong when it comes to sports. It's like. You suck. Yeah, now. Okay, cool. But what about here? Like the LeBron and Jordan debate will never end. Like ever. And I don't think either party on that end are necessarily wrong. Really?
I don't know.
I mean, he may not have the most championships, but I mean, like, he's got the most points. I mean, he passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, so yeah.
Correct. And his longevity and stuff like that. But again, the flip side is you look at Michael's just sheer dominance in like a super handsy league at the time, right? Like I guess it's apples to oranges, but you can't really. It'd be great. It would have been great to see both of them play in their prime against each other.
Yeah.
Bulls. So yeah.
Stop there.
Sorry, this just turned to a sports podcast real quick. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Actually, I like it too. I like sports. I used to do football too, but I was always the one that was getting the beat up. That's their too. So
yeah,
everyone else was taller than me. They were like super jacked and all that stuff. So
I stopped wrestling. I just like food too much. I was going to wrestle the 6'5", 250 guys, and I was 5'8", 250. Not happening. They just were just gonna manhandle me. Yeah.
Well, R.I.P. for me. So to hear that afterwards, it's like, well, I guess this is where bitches die. Oh, that's their deal. So, yeah. But nonetheless, congratulations to Philly for a good Super Bowl this year. So, yeah. But I guess let's go ahead and jump into COVID here too, because I know I mentioned it with Josh a little bit earlier too. But I guess how about this time we'll start with Tony, because I know he's been a little quiet over there. So I guess Tony, how bad was COVID for you? And I guess anything else for like music and family wise?
Yeah. Yeah, well, during college, around my junior year, so now this is like 2019, beginning of 2018. I was actually in like a jazz fusion, prog rock, rap hybrid type band. It was actually interesting. We had like good 3 or 4 songs. I don't think I ever told you guys this story. But we actually had some good stuff in it. And the only problem is once everybody started graduating and then the pandemic hit, so the rest of us that were still available to play couldn't really meet up or have gigs, and then we all just kind of slowly stopped talking to each other, and that was basically one of the last musical things I did outside of teaching with one high school down by Felton, Delaware for a while. And then once I stopped doing that, once everything started to open back up again, and I didn't really do a whole lot of music stuff up until Kenny and I originally met. We are actually in a cover band that focuses more like on 90s, 2000s, like grunge, alt rock type stuff. So we got some good stuff in there.
Yeah.
And then we got Weezer. And I love Weezer. I actually unironically love Weezer. But
no, Weezer slaps, and I will fight anybody who wants to have arguments.
Beverly Hills, that's where I want to be. So, yeah.
Pork and Beans music video still is one of my favorite music videos of all time. Like, just.
But yeah. So Kenny and I were working with those guys for a while, and then by May-ish, Kenny went to me and was like, "Yo, so." Not gonna lie, I want to do some like more prog, metalcore type stuff. You in? And I was like, yeah, what the heck? So that's when we got hold of Chris, got hold of Josh, and we already explained this part of the story already. But yeah, that's how us writing originals essentially came to the picture, because we went into this wanting to do strictly originals, while the cover band was more or less going to be just a cover band. But and now we're here.
I like his Kenny impression, by the way. It's actually spot on.
Hey
guys.
Kenny impression. I do actually want to ask, like, how did you guys meet Kenny? And did you say you guys are a 5-piece group?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Anthony, you're the first one. Yeah. So.
Well, it started when him and another guitarist were looking to start this cover band. And I think I just read something on Facebook. I want to say it was from the other guitarist just looking to start, and at the time was going to be more grunge focused, but then kind of turned into more alt rock and alt metal type stuff with time. So that's how I ended up meeting him.
Also convenient they lived like a block from each other.
Yeah, like I could walk to his house in 5 minutes. That's how close he was.
I found you guys through.
I think Facebook was Facebook.
I think that's how we all ended up meeting to some way, shape, or form. I know that's how Chris met.
Look, social media has a lot of downsides, but it can bring people together. So like,
that's how I met my partner. I met her on social media, and now I'm with her over 10 years later.
It's absolutely crazy.
And I'm still single. Yay.
Yeah, ladies.
Please. He won't shut up.
He's got the hair. He's got the voice.
Right.
He's got the skills.
Right, yeah. And he's got the stamina. He's a drummer.
He'll smack that booty for you all night long there, too. So, yeah.
Yeah, let me just stand up and show you. No.
I told you stop rolling that ass in a circle.
You're always bored with some sort of reference here, so yeah.
I told you.
Me too.
All right.
What did you get me started on impressions, man? Don't even.
I mean, I was trying to think of some other ones there too, but unfortunately, I'm drawing blanks. It's been a long time. So, yeah. Actually, no, I was thinking more like the Ed, Ed, Eddie, where Ed just comes out of nowhere and be like, "Sir, Alexa, I want to eat yogurt for my belly button," or something like that.
Life has many doors, Ed boy.
Life is a highway.
My mom took my stairs because I am grounded.
That's disturbing. So,
That makes you so angry at your child that you take the stairs away from them from the basement.
I mean, as an adult, then you think something's terribly wrong right here. So,
I'm sensing a pattern.
look at that. Is that you tickling me there, Eddie? So,
Oh.
Yeah.
And now I got to go back and watch Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Yeah.
It's been
I've been seeing a whole bunch like show up on my Facebook page. So it's like all these like Facebook groups they're like talking about. Maybe they show like pictures from like certain episodes, for instance. So yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I think I quote Ed, Ed and Eddie probably daily. There's something in my vernacular for it.
Something tells you that there's something wrong with you when you do impressions of two different people and vocally out loud, and no one's just watching you. Like I sometimes do impressions of Plankton and then Cleveland from Family Guy to myself. Yeah, you can slowly look at me. I have problems. I'm aware.
He is self-aware, so it's fine.
It's okay. I'm aware.
Clancy Brown ends up showing up to all Mr. Krabs on y'all.
No, 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 no.
No, 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 no.
Hey Peter, can you shoot down that towel for me there?
Peter, can you please stop operating a tank while I'm trying to take a bath? It is very inconvenient.
He does it good. He does it good.
Helicopter, oh my god.
Oh God.
He's trying to hold it. All right. But I guess Robert, how bad was COVID for you? Because I guess you joined when, like 2022 or something, or
Yeah,
just recently?
so 2020. I joined last November. So COVID for me, I was furloughed. So by trade, I'm a certified athletic trainer. So like first response injuries to medical sports injuries and stuff like that. Yeah. And I was furloughed during COVID. And then while I was doing that, I kind of picked up just like live streaming and just stuff to pass the time. So I was living with two of my buddies at the time. It was just a weird, lonely time. But it did force me to go seek professional, like mental health help, stuff like that, which I mean, to this day, cannot recommend more than enough. I was officially diagnosed with ADHD at that point, at 26. So like I was, finally got on meds, and I'm like, oh, this is the superpower that I could have had, beforehand. But, so I wasn't really doing too much musically before. I like I said, I did musical theater in high school. I played bass in my church band. But then after COVID kind of came and went, I was looking for more of that creative outlet again, instead of going back to the whole like daily slog of going out to practice and standing in the rain, covering stuff, and making sure kids don't die, which is absolutely important and necessary, but wreaks havoc on just like everything. Yeah. So like, I found a great position I'm in now as a medical assistant, and it's kind of the best of both worlds, because but then I was like, I still absolutely need this creative outlet, so I picked up the bass again with my buddy who played guitar. We started a band, and then because I originally was exclusively a bassist, straight up. Like I always said, like I will do bass and I will do backup vocals for the first band I was in, and then our original lead singer for that band ghosted us, and I was like, well, I guess I'm the only one with actual singing experience here from like musical theater and stuff like that, so let me learn how to like sing it, because I couldn't sing and play bass at the same time at all. Like it was just one or the other, not both. force myself to kind of practice at that, get better at that. I started developing a scream. Because when I would do it originally, I would not be able to talk for 3 days. I would not be able to I would just have a sore throat afterwards. So I YouTubed the crap out of proper screaming techniques, different stuff like that. I got professional voice lessons for at least my clean vocals, and to kind of get good habits there that I could carry into the screams. And then when I saw that these guys were looking for a lead vocalist, I'm like, I like the vocals. I like the because my old band, we would do open mic nights. We had a couple of small shows that we went to, and I just like the energy of I'd be like, hey, let's all we're gonna open up a pit, and they listen, the whole call response, or the whole getting to see people just bang their heads to the songs and to the stuff. I'm right. Getting people to sing along is one of the coolest things in the world.
I want to see bodies flying everywhere, side to side, off the wall, out the rafters, everywhere.
So I was like, you know what? I'm absolutely auditioning for this, because they were advertised as early 2000s. Yeah, exactly. Early 2000s metalcore, down for it. We're hitting that up. Good to go.
It's funny enough because you and I actually played a show together in Gribbin Band.
We did, which was absolutely hilarious. When I went to audition, first thing I walk in, auditions were at Anthony's house. Walk in, and Josh goes, "Hi, Rob." I was like,
"Oh my god,
I remember you." It was just hilarious because
Small world.
it is. Delaware is such a small state.
you can go through the entire state in about an hour."
Yeah, yeah, and it's just the downside. The flip side is the full music scene in Delaware is hard to find stuff. So we have to go to bigger cities that are around. That's the nice part about being
in this little central hub.
Yeah, but then everything else is a hike to get to, kind of thing. So
Yeah,
especially with gear.
Yeah, either drive 2 hours or you just don't do it.
But yeah, now I am exclusively vocals, and the only thing I regret is trying to figure out what to do with my hands while I'm on stage, because I'm just so used to having my bass up there playing X, Y, and Z. So I think I'm gonna pick up the electric triangle. Ding, ding, ding. Right, yeah. So
I got cajon, I got bongos and stuff. Tell me what you want. Take your
No,
weapon.
cowbell. We gotta give him a cowbell.
We're going in El Nino route now.
Don't give them ideas. Don't give me ideas. This is not.
Senor, here's cowbell. 2 cowbell.
We're gonna get a cowbell. I'm gonna write
telling you now, this song needs more cowbell.
No.
If not, I'm
Rob,
going to scream.
here are with chimes. Do what you feel like doing.
It's like, work that Bonnie. Work that Bonnie. So yeah. He's got to lose his drink at this point here too. So, hey, a good story right there too. And I guess Josh,
See, what about me? Oh, COVID.
in terms of COVID, yeah.
Oh,
It was a sick.
yeah. I wasn't living in Delaware at the time during COVID. I used to live in PA for about 14 years, and that's kind of how I mold when I started heavily picking up guitar was when I was living up there, and I did my fair share of gigs up there, not during COVID. Sorry, I'm backtracking. During COVID, it was
year 1976.
It was kind of rough because right at the height of COVID, my grandmother unfortunately passed away during the height of it, so it was very hard to go to a funeral during COVID because having to have only 2 or 3 people at a time go and see her. And then, just me personally, I don't have a good family per se because my mother and father are no longer in my life. They actively chosen to just pretty much exile me. So I'm kind of fending for myself at this point, and I'm thankful for everything I have now. But COVID kind of like made me sit down and like think about who I am as a person, just because I was going down steep downward path. Just COVID it had its ups and downs, but the moment when COVID started like finally letting up is when I finally like left that area and moved down here. Yeah.
Did not stop partying.
Yeah, I'm just focusing on my mental, focusing on everything else. Yeah.
Let's get going. Happy birthday. So yeah.
That was solid. Yeah.
No deal. Boxy Brown. That'll deal. So yeah. Okay.
Thomas Jackson. Ooh, I am for eels. Never meant to make you always cry. I am just turned out to be a fish. I am just a guy.
14 man jump.
It's just seriously just get into like the recording, but just do like those audio voices for like cartoons and stuff. So it.
That's bad. I told you once before. Give me the formula.
You see? He's got it. He's got the magic. He's got everything. We are gonna make you a star. Yeah. Okay. But all seriousness and all jokes aside here too. Good to see you guys are doing well there too. And sorry for your loss, Josh. So
it's okay. I've mourned, I grieved, and I've accepted. So that's all I can do.
We love you nonetheless.
You pat me again. I'm calling HR.
We are HR. What are you talking about? So, hey. So I guess you did talk about the music scene in around Dover. I guess you say it's pretty hard to like find other groups that are kind of similar in your sort of genre.
There's definitely. I mean, there are definitely. It's not the bands. It's more of the venues themselves, because there are a few like couple record stores, couple bars up north, stuff like that. But like, especially around this area, it's more
nothing that's specifically dedicated.
Yeah, it's a lot of like cover acts, or it's a lot of like singer songwriter or country. Which, I mean, no hate to like any of those artists getting on stage and doing stuff, but like it's not my scene, not our scene, right? Like, and so, but like,
imagine us going to like a country bar playing Kill Switch.
Here's the thing. I'm not opposed to it. So we were looking at an open. I saw a post for an open mic night. They're like, oh yeah, Anthony and Kenny had played there before, and they're like, oh no, the vibe there is definitely like older folks or whatever. I was like, you think that is a turn off for me?
Yeah.
Like, I would look at grandma straight in the face and be like, you're my mother.
Like, honestly, I think much of it. Like, honestly, when we played there, this was the first gig with the cover band. Actually, we were only together for like a month with the full band, and even then, I think we were pushing it then. And we played like Interstate Love Song, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I can't remember what else we played.
Not a turn off for me. I would still absolutely like.
You gotta know your crowds.
Any crowd's a crowd, and I'll perform in front of any crowd. I don't care. Like I said, 90-year-olds. I had one time in one of my plays, I actively saw people get up and walk out because of the content of the song I was supposed to sing.
Robert.
No. Well, so it was the play musical. It was the musical Fame. Okay. I was character in there, and he had a song about an erection. Like, So, right. Now there was an alternative version. Now this was when I was in high school. So do with that as you will. So the first two performances, I was allowed to do the actual like version. There was a secondary version that I was told I had to do on the Sunday morning, where all the old ladies with little red hats come in and stuff like that, I never learned that version. So when I saw all the little old ladies just start standing up and walking out, I just went even harder into it, because I was just like, this is what I live for. I love. It was just so much fun. Just so much fun. So yeah, quite frankly, I don't care about what the crowd vibe is. I will perform. Like we could go to a full country and I will be down for it just to start screaming into a mic.
Julie Crooker's song, Long Stick Goes Boom. So, yeah. I mean, as soon as you said erection there, too, it's always like, oh, God, here we go. So, you might as well say, like, we're not rated X for nothing here, baby. So, yeah.
9-year-olds, spread the fuck out. That's some of the 90s.
It'll be Christmas.
Oh,
We're having fun here. We're having so much fun. So, yeah.
You missed this, but I got one. You've heard of Morgan Wallen. Now get ready for a Morgan Wall of Death.
Oh, man.
Hey, I went to a Jimmy concert one time, and I swear I saw like 10 plus old people crowd surfing.
Beautiful.
Like they had to have been like in their 60s plus.
Beautiful.
It was amazing.
I'm here.
Life goals.
I mean, hey, if they were at a metal concert, that means they were having no regrets. So,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I actually did see one older guy who was actually, he was Nile, 6 feet under, psychroptic, and embryonic autopsy. And he was kind of chill. He was chill right where the PA system was there, too. So every night he'd just get up. Obviously, he wasn't moshing or anything there, too, because I guess, not sure if he was having issues with walking or anything. They just saved me, just kept him that whole deal doing this. So,
Oh, yeah.
Love that. Love to see that. Ugh.
It's not just a phase.
Metal doesn't die. You cannot kill the metal.
Oh god.
The metal will live on.
It's gonna be fun. I'm like,
it's not just a gym bag, Double D. It's a way of life. So, yeah.
Pong tried to kill the metal. It failed as it was stricken down to the ground.
I have quoting Tenacious D on that now.
Oh, yeah.
Look, when I grow up, I want to be Jack Black. Okay, all right. Like let's.
wait, you're not?
No, he's got the beard. Need a little bit more? How much belly fat he got on him?
Did I just spoil this for everybody?
Are you in
I'm
Minecraft
sorry,
movie?
I'm not Jack Black.
Oh my god! It's Jack Black! No way!
Oh, my God, you shrunk, man. All right.
Do the thing!
Oh, wait. Skadoosh. There we go.
Good news.
Got a little Poe in you? Little deal? Little panda love or something?
I look like an 8-po.
Wait, you're not Poe?
My whole life is a lie at this point.
Look, I was always told I was going to make it to a good college because I'm well-rounded.
Big belly. There you go. So,
My mama said I'm special.
He wasn't wrong.
it was special.
We're gonna put your drum seat right on the fridge for everyone to see.
Yeah,
Oh,
right here, Ringo.
Right here we go.
oh,
Is that my Python?
No, Family Guy.
Oh, it's okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. Nothing says eat up like a bleeding half-naked Jew nailed to a piece of wood. So,
Hey Lois, it's like that one time I was playing Call of Duty with the boys.
oh, wait. We don't have a clip? Oh, I thought we had a clip for that. Okay. Okay. So jumping into the gear next, I guess, Josh, what sort of gear do you use?
Well, I'm gonna be upgrading very soon, but I'm currently running line 6 half deck. But two things I'm running. I'm running a combo 240 watt fighter 5 amps for like practices and everything, and for like smaller gigs. And for like the Tower of Power, I just picked up half cabinet with Celestian speakers and line 6, and that's the same as my combo. And I run all wireless, so it's just plug and play, and I don't have to worry. I'm usually the first one set up at all times.
yeah, because you pretty much have all your stuff at the house already.
I literally just plug in, plug my receiver and my transmitter in, and I'm good to go.
I never quite understood the whole wireless deal because I think the very first time I saw it was actually when Red Hot Chili Peppers were playing on the one Super Bowl. And people were like, oh, that is so fake. So, yeah.
You're plugged in to begin with.
Damn backing track. But having wireless has changed the game for me so much. That's what I run. What do you run?
For my drums, I use DW or Drum Workshop for anyone that don't know. Performance Series at six-piece kit. Cymbals, I use Sabian primarily. My ride and hi-hat or the Frequency series or Frequency ride and hi-hat or Freak.
You just picked up a new set of cymbals too, right?
I picked up Mike Portnoy Max, the new Max Series bell cymbals. Well, I ordered them. They'll be in sometime next week. My crashes, I use Explosion, A or double A Explosion.
We have to be careful with how much money we give Anthony because if he has his way, it's going to be like Iron Maiden. We're going to have to use a crane to lower him into the.
Well, and I think I'll go that crazy. I think it'll be like a mix of like Portnoy and Mario from Gojira type setup.
And then, like, if we ever do shows, like, we can't do drum share because he's a freaking lefty. So like,
it's switchable, but yeah, that's another thing. I am left-handed, so it does make things really complicated if we have to share a drum set. Like I'll have to break some of my own stuff anyway.
Fun fact about our other guitar player, Chris. He's also left-handed as well, but he plays right-handed. Like how a right-handed guitar is, just upside down.
Yeah.
So you can't imagine how hard it makes my job to try to figure out, oh, this is how it's played. No, I got to look upside down.
I'm still trying to get them mid performance to switch guitars it
won't make any difference.
Right. Because he literally plays a right-handed guitar left-handed. It just insane, dumb, like
it's madness. It's madness.
Crazy.
Oh, so Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
Hey, man, speaking. So, I guess Rob, what sort of mic do you use? And I guess do you still use a bass?
No, so not with this. I mean, I have my just like noodle around bass. I have a Ibanez.
I can grab that boy for you.
That's fine. EHB headless 1505 multi-scale. But I mean, mic wise, I just use the good old tried and true SM58. Hard to mess with. Right. So he thinks he's the easiest to set up. I literally just walk in. I'm good. Like I don't even need to plug anything in. Mike's right there. Like soon as the PA turns on, I'm ready to go.
Turn everything on. Okay.
Hallelujah. So yeah, that'll do.
Oh.
Yeah, that'll
This
do.
mic check sometimes consists of 1, 2, 1, 2. Butt scratcher.
Let's go job. Let's go job.
Butt scratcher.
Let's go job.
Oh, it's the butt. Oh my God. Butt scratcher.
Let's scratch job.
Anyway, butt scratcher.
Yeah.
Look, if you're gonna scratch my back like that, you at least gotta buy me dinner first.
I should know it was a butt scratcher.
I'm sorry. I don't love you like that.
Just need to check inside your asshole. That'll deal. So
Mommy.
you can pull out the South Park reference now. So oh God. We're having fun.
Hey, these are the best kind of interviews.
I love it. I love it, though.
This is our band in a nutshell. We start directed and then we go off the rails. And I love every bit of it.
The three of us just say the most obnoxious stuff ever. Kenny's in the corner.
The downside is you got the three ADHD incarnate guys of our band doing the interview today. The two who could actually sit down and focus are actually like busy. So and have jobs and families and stuff.
We got a life, that'll deal. So that's all right. I got a little ADHD here too, so that's all right. We get along. That's the thing. We get along. So, I guess speaking of which, I guess in terms of challenges, what challenges do you guys feel like you face these days, being in a band, and I guess even musicians in general? I guess everyone wants to start, but if you want to do Josh, Rob.
Right now, it's just getting our name out there, trying to
stand out.
Trying to
saturation of artists that are out there.
Trying to market, because like the one thing I learned to get in the medical field, like I got in for like treatment of people and stuff like that, but then they didn't tell you about all the paperwork behind the scenes, right? Like X, Y, and Z. It's similar to this. Like I got in for the music, but they didn't tell you about all the all the schmoozing you had to do behind the scenes to kind of get into venues and just like schmoozing is not the right word, but like talking to people, especially like it's probably one of the hardest things to do if you're not somebody who's naturally able to get out there and just like talk to random people. So I'm not envious of like anybody who wants to do it, but like just getting out there and just trying to find contacts and get yourself on shows and get yourself into because the music for all of us just kind of comes naturally. Like that's really the easy part. Like we have some ups and downs when it comes to writing stuff, but it's more just minor creative differences that we kind of find good middle ground for. The hard part is like, all right, how do we coordinate all of our schedules so we can? Because I mean, we all also have lives and stuff like that too. It's so like we have to make sure that all of us are available for this one day. Okay, then we got to make sure logistically how do we get to this venue, and if it's out of state, we have to figure out like carpooling, like how we're packing our gear up, like yeah, right, like if it's like right after like in Maryland on like a Thursday, then like am I going right from work, I'm changing in my car, like and meeting everybody there, or like am I gonna go to Middletown meet everybody? We kind of go X, Y, and Z, and then when we're at a venue, it's like, all right, I kind of need a little liquid courage to kind of after our show go up, talk to people. Right, correct. So I have a tradition every band I have been in, and it's before we go on, we do a shot of Jameson. Now the secret is none of us like Jameson.
I don't. I'm more of a green.
Right. So yes, but it started a while ago for me, and it just been carrying over. So like we do a shot of Jameson before every show, just kind of. Other than that, I really don't drink before shows, or won't drink just besides that one, and then afterwards, it's like, all right,
all the drinks.
Correct, because like at that point, I turned from musician to fan / marketer, right? Like I gotta like take off the musician hat, put on the PR hat for yeah.
Oh my God, Josh, I'm such a
so it's
really.
It's
unfortunately
my saving grace on that one though is that the music scene today is definitely a lot different than what I like the horror stories I've heard in the past. Like most local bands are super supportive of everybody. Like they will like listen to you, they'll talk to you, they'll you still get your prima donnas, artists and stuff like that. That's going to be in any field you go into though too. But like every band I've like seen play live and just like talked to about music, they've just been super like, yeah, no, this is awesome. Like here's everything. So like but then figuring out like, okay, now what this bar do I contact to get to play here next weekend, right? Like it's like, or hey, how do we help you open your next show? Like what do we got to do here to kind of get things going? Right. Getting the ball rolling is still one of the hardest things. To do, and again, that's why I'm so glad we have Kenny to kind of circumvent a lot of that, because he absolutely crushes like that. And then his wife Jordan does our social media stuff. Shout out to Jordan, because I wouldn't know the first thing about that kind of stuff, like just the random stuff. I have dumb ideas, but then putting them onto paper and onto film, it just doesn't work out great for me. So those two have been chef's kiss.
They've been a godsend in a way. So,
exactly.
Yeah, I can see why. I guess Anthony and Josh, I guess, was there any challenges you guys faced in particular?
Primarily for me, because Yeah, I don't look it, but I fall under the disability category where like
He doesn't have a beard.
shut up.
Well, he is from Baltimore too, there too. So I think maybe something's wrong. So
I fall under the disability category because I have debilitating anxiety, depression, ADHD. I've got the whole nine of like mental illness, and like it's very hard for me to be as social as I am. Like I know what I signed up for, being a musician, but that's almost like exposure therapy in a way. So the more and more I do it, the less and less I feel like it can control my whole life to, bring me down to like such lows. So
Only I'm allowed to control his whole life.
yeah, especially when you cook. Though when you cook, yes, but
I'm like the behind the scenes jack of all trades. I'm the guitar tech, the cook,
yeah.
How about you two my drums for me?
So the guitar tech, the cook.
No.
it's just straight like
He's definitely John C. Riley and Step Brothers. Don't touch my drum set.
I'm going to stick my drum set on your drum set.
I'm gonna throw it. Did you touch my drumstick?
That's most of the face.
that good step out reference now here too. All right. I guess Anthony, was there anything else you wanted to add?
Trying to think.
Trying to control him on his unnecessary fill is a challenge.
Said you.
Because when we're trying to talk with one another, all I hear is Anthony. You have to talk to him like 4 or 5 times before you get the memo.
Well, that's
You gotta be in
why.
the corpse garter. You gotta be in, that'll do you. Just gotta walk up to the drums and be like, dude. That'll do.
You guys have a full blown conversation, and all of a sudden you just start hearing a dance beat.
Uh-huh.
With lead somehow mixed in there, and Hoffer teacher.
Yeah, what did you again? You grow more limbs when you play drums. It's stupid.
Really wild.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of what to add, but yeah, I'm just being honest. I think you guys pretty much nailed everything on the coffin for me.
It's like I have just a monster in a boy's body or something. So yeah.
I drum.
And hit things legally.
I stack things and make sounds.
I bitch slap my drum set and hope for the
He's
best.
got to keep this luscious hair going too. Like I think that might be one of his hardest struggles too.
No, it actually is tough because I have insanely thick hair. It's like really hard to maintain, especially if I like sweat.
Oh, it's gonna be even worse come October. Yeah.
Oh yeah, our Halloween. I want to do a Halloween show. We're all gonna dress up as Josh.
It's become kind of a running joke.
Yeah, so
we're pretty much
we're gonna dye our hair multicolor. We're gonna everybody get facial piercings and wear like jeans with like chains on them and stuff like that. Have you ever seen the YouTube videos like on the bass? Yeah, it's gonna be that, but like we have Josh. It's just everybody's gonna be Josh.
On the bass, Josh. On the drums, Josh.
Right, correct. Yeah.
On the vocals, also Josh, but he shrunk a little bit. Say.
Spinal Tap won't know what hit him.
Exactly.
There's Spinal Tap, and there's Deathlock, and then there's Tap to the Time.
Yep. Actually, I thought maybe the best quote would be for Josh to be like, I forgot to wear underwear, guys. So yeah.
Guys, this isn't my gig. Oh, I'm supposed to be in therapy right now.
I'm introducing you as somebody else on Halloween. You're not Josh on Halloween. Everybody else is.
And then this corner. Yeah. And then the other corner.
You're gonna be Steven.
And this corner. Some guy named Steve.
Some random guy named Steve, yeah. So, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Just call me Jack Black then.
Oh my God, Jack Black!
Oh my God. The man, the myth, the legend. So yeah. Okay.
And it's just a guy named Chris.
Just a random guy.
I'd say hi to Chris.
This is an Alcoholics Anonymous, Anthony.
Something like that.
No, that's our next podcast.
Yeah, I got
Listen.
some.
Because have you guys got some more interviews lined up, or is this pretty much like your first one here?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully it's a start. So we'll see what
But
happens.
yeah, no, it's. I've been looking forward to this for a couple weeks now. So yeah.
However fun it was when we scheduled it.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to just like sit and talk to somebody about our music, right? Like, because like on stage, like we talk to each other, obviously, but and then on stage, like it's like okay,
I'm here.
we definitely paint the picture on stage, but like it's nice to kind of have a little bit of back and forth, like questions or kind of deep dive and stuff like that
A
too.
little bit of banter back.
You had some good references. You got the South Park, the Ed and Eddie, Step Brothers.
Yeah. Again, that's every conversation with us. It devolves into Josh doing impressions, and then Anthony at some point will get bored and start hitting the drums, and we can't hear anything.
Yes, the formula. It will be on my.
I could go home right now, start drumming, they still hear me.
I'm actually impressed with Anthony right now. He's been sitting on a cone the entire time and has not played it once. Like I don't understand. I don't think you understand how proud I am of him. Yeah, had to ruin it. You just had.
You just had to jinx it, didn't you? So
Why did I say? I sometimes.
To be fair, I've been like finger playing on like the very end. You guys just haven't noticed
Oh, I've noticed. I just.
so we just need fingers. That's all we need.
as you play.
I'm like,
Ladies, he's single.
Happily single.
Forever.
definitely single for a reason.
He just hasn't found the right one yet. He's a lovely guy.
I mean, we might as well say this is a promotion for his Tinder page at this point. So we're helping you out, Anthony. That's the thing.
Why do you think we're a band? We're doing this to get Anthony to meet somebody.
Anthony, get some home.
This is just advertisement for Anthony's Tinder page. Like this is the entire band, right? Like
I mean, the next thing is he'll be the 40-year-old virgin. He's going to be doing the whole thing that Steve Carell was doing. So
can we wax your back?
No. I will literally drop kick you fast.
Music video idea. We get Anthony's back waxed, and for every time he screams, you have a scream of your vocals during a song.
I just dub my screams over top of it.
oh god, make it stop. So,
Bitch, no more.
Oh God, no!
it's about like a torture idea here there too. So all right. I like it though. All right, I'll leave it up to you though.
I have enough of my drumming.
Like speaking of which, it seems like AI though is trying to imposter your dropping style here too. But I guess what do you guys make of AI and social media these days?
Well, I have a strong stance, but I don't know if it's PG for it.
Can you make
It's not
it?
rated X for nothing there, baby. So let's give it. That's why I said it's give it rated R. So,
Nah, I think.
Unless it's playing corn.
Yeah, no.
It's good.
The cartoon character dubs of like actual songs are hilarious.
Yeah.
Like hearing Plankton sing "Pink Pony Club" by Chapel Row, like absolutely is one of my favorite AI dubs. But
I like it, but to a point, it's just for me. It's just like it takes the like authenticness out of it.
yeah, it definitely takes the human element out of it, which I mean is kind of the point. But I think I'm gonna differ a little bit from the rest of them, where I can see a space for it, because it does make music, whether or not it's good music or not, it's a whole another bag of worms, right? Like, and can kind of help people if you're kind of using it as a tool to like
As a template.
develop a sound to like come up with like help you come up with ideas and like but I definitely think it has a place. But yeah, the whole let's put Call of Duty just did this with zombies. They replaced all the voice actors with AI, and it's just like yeah, and it like and you can hear the difference, and then like you can see like a lot of the places are doing like AI art and stuff like that, where they're adding six fingers to people and stuff like that. Like they're neat. there needs to be right, exactly. There needs to be like the human checks and balances with that, right? Like I think it's a good starting point, but you need to put the human element back into it.
Yeah.
Imagination.
Who did that?
It was actually perfect timing. Oh, you would help me. All right. Actually, we use our imagination. So yeah, do it with me now, people. Ready?
You can leave it alone.
Imagination.
Anyway, time to sort my paper.
Way to leave me hanging.
Go.
Y'all left me hanging. Wait, one more time. Everybody now. There we go.
Bare fingers? Oh, okay.
We still have all fingers attached. That's good. Okay. I didn't know if Josh and Anthony, did you want to add anything else?
I'm pretty much. I'm good on that.
I mean, he gave a rated R version there too, so.
Yeah. No, I like the idea of it, but just to rely on it, that's where I draw the line.
Yeah, I think that's just where we all are at. Like, yeah, it's not like the worst thing ever, but don't want it to be the primary.
Mhm.
Don't want it to be primarily using it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it by default turned off on everything. Like, especially like new smartphones and stuff like that. They want to add AI to everything. I'm like, no, we're just gonna turn that off because if I have a typo or if I'm okay with that. Like it.
I actually had one time where I was just scrolling through my messages trying to find a message, and all of a sudden it sent the message to the Tempting the Tides page, like, "Hi, how can I help you?" And I'm like, "I need to message you guys. I messaged myself."
Yeah. But as a tool, it's great. As the only source of like content, it's not good.
They get the impersonations of Mr. Krabs, Plankton, SpongeBob, and all those guys. Try to sing this and that.
I take it.
I was trying to remember some of the funny quotes Mr. Krabs said there too. Or actually, no, I keep thinking of the Plankton one. It'd be like, "Good grief, he's naked." So yeah. They put a bra on him too. That's the only way they defeat him is just putting clothes on him. So.
Maybe Warburg Yangerman Jensen. He was number one.
Crabs will rule the day. Karen, get me my ointment, please. I'm blistering again.
Actually, no, I was trying to think of I think Squidward threw out his mattress, but he had all his money because he doesn't trust the bank. Be like, that mattress had all me money in it, or something. Oh, don't you go to a bank? No. So actually, the more funnier ones is actually when SpongeBob got those boots, and it's when he's trying to close that window and he keeps getting his off his feet. Actually, he falls out of it. Doesn't really say much, but
This episode was just a starter episode for goth girls to get the big boots.
I'm going to grab a jar of mayonnaise and I'm going to turn it into an instrument, and I'm going to absolutely.
You can't make it an instrument. It is clearly not an instrument.
I'm going to absolutely make mayonnaise an instrument.
Is mayonnaise an instrument? I'll make mayonnaise is not an instrument.
Well, whoever has white Nissan parked out front, you left your lights on.
Okay.
Actually, wait. Can you do the whole thing with the? Actually, when he's fighting Sandy there too, and then the door closes, you just hear him scream afterwards, like, "Oh!" Oh, Josh, can you do it?
No, it's a long. It's like a long held out.
Something like that.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Speaking of which. Okay, let's now play so quietly nobody can hear us. So yeah, new theory.
Why'd you say?
Well, some of us would play so bad we did have big meaty claws.
Big meaty claws.
So you really did have all three of the ADHD havers on this podcast.
Right now watching it's like,
He's gonna be like, oh
his
god,
hands
oh
gonna
my
be in his
god,
hands.
oh my
the entire
god, oh
time.
my god, oh my
Yeah.
god, oh my god, oh my
I
god.
think Chris would be laughing the whole time.
Yes, Chris will laugh the whole time. Kenny is just gonna be like, "You guys are idiots. I love you." And then
That's how it goes every rehearsal. We just say some dumb shit, and then he's like,
Yep.
What the heck, guys?
Actually, it's going to be more like, how did I get involved with you guys again? Try to remind me. So, or having fun here too. Actually, we could say this will get a good amount of views on the YouTube Shorts and TikTok. So yeah.
I told you, Spidey boy, you got 3 more minutes.
was that your Randy Rhoads impression?
Watch your back. Come
Or
down.
not Randy Rhoads, Randy Savage. Randy Rhoads.
Randy Rhodes.
I don't think
Shut up. I know it's Randy Savage. I realize that. Yes, but
Oh, yeah.
I must be a co-op because all I see are a bunch of hicks. So yeah. Yeah. Well, we had fun there too. So all right, it's all good.
We have fun things here.
We always had fun on all music bands on that podcast. There's just some guys who are pretty mentally fucked up in a certain way. So
kind of have to be a musician, right?
I'm a drummer. I've been mentally crazy since.
and whatever we consider Robert.
Drummers are like the goalies of the music industry, right? Like,
They have the most brain damage, but they're the most lovable.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
we're the ones giving you a beat there, jackass. So you're welcome.
no, here's the thing: is like I'm actually scared to piss Anthony off because he will he's good enough to the point where he could
It just happens.
completely change the drum part, still be on tempo, but would throw me off enough to be like, I hate you, and the entire time of the song, not miss a beat, come back in full bore, like everything, and I'm just sitting here like, so you gotta watch it with a good drummer because they can absolutely make and / ruin your day.
Yeah, I mean, there's like all those TikToks with these like different like drummers and bands. Like when you piss off the drummer and he's too good, and it's just him throwing everybody off.
That's him.
Except I make it way worse.
He would
Story
have,
of a life. So,
yeah.
Sorry.
The amount of times I have to rope this boy in from playing the Pornhub intro is ridiculous.
I mean, I'm that single. So
He hears it every night, like
only every night.
at least
At least 3 times a day. That's
rookie numbers.
a straight gooner.
You step those numbers up.
Yeah, it's
You need something to pass the time.
So you want to hear a rejected song title idea?
No.
No.
Okay, never mind then.
I'd say sure. Why not?
I told you, you're banned from.
Yeah, we've told you on time now. There's a reason for that.
I thought you would forget right now.
All right, I'll tell you what. Just one. Just one.
Okay, one. You get one, Josh.
Okay, I got one. What about the one I told you earlier?
I will allow it.
Hiroshima Sweat Stain.
Okay, I can see why you banned him. So yeah,
Oh my god,
This is why we don't let Josh name songs.
fair enough.
I saw it on a Reddit post and I was like, this is perfect. This has to be it. Has to be it.
I should get to elaborate that a little bit here too, because we're actually jumping to some fun questions here too. So ready?
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, this is the fun part right here. There. So, let's see what you guys got. So, what would you say is currently your favorite food? I think you might have spoiled it earlier. So, I guess Josh will work down way down the line again.
Me? Anything Italian really, but my new favorite obsession is quesadilla tacos. I fucking love those. I love birria tacos so much.
I'm on a big for me it varies so often because I'll cook and eat damn near anything. Thing I have to go back to I think is just a good old fashioned burger though. I love a cheeseburger. Like yeah, no, that's what I'm going with. Like it's either that or ramen. Like good ramen, not like
Not like the one.
yeah, I will zhuzh up like actual like Boldak and stuff like that. Yeah. But I don't know if I was stuck on a desert island and could only eat one thing for the rest of my life, it would be a good burger.
This is a tasty burger. So yeah.
The burger, I like the burger.
The burger.
My Italian ass is very big, like on chicken cutlet. Then you got like Italian. Oh my god, New York style pizza, macaroni and cheese. My mom makes some really good homemade macaroni and cheese.
We
And
go.
these guys won't understand why when they try.
I can vouch for the chicken cutlet.
No, I was gonna say we go over his house, and I feel like they're making chicken cutlets every single time.
Yeah,
It's heaven.
yeah.
It's heaven.
It's
They
like
would
rich in
have to
protein.
be like, why can't my mom be like this?
Oh wait, my mom's a piece of shit. That's right.
You could say we're having fun here too. So, all right. Actually, I thought the way Robert was saying earlier, I thought he was more into the pizza there too. So I thought you two were going to share the pizza routes.
Oh, I could mess up a pizza any day.
Oh
man.
yeah, pizza's like the bar, right? Like pizza's the bar, right? Like you can either go above or below pizza. Like, but even like a bad pizza is still a good pizza, right? Like, so it's
Depends.
yeah.
I mean, I'm not like super like oh my god, it needs to be either like really good pizza or I can't have it. Like my parents lived in New York
Yeah, I'm
for
telling you.
most of their life up until their 40s.
Yeah, I'd be picky with pizza too if I was from New York for that long.
Yeah, or anywhere where they have a really really good pizza.
Mm-hmm.
I moved down to New York when I was turning 8 or 9.
Surprisingly, there are some good places in Delaware that do have good pizza.
Oh yeah, there are some probably.
Yeah.
There's a place by my house that doesn't have the worst pizza ever. That actually pretty good pizza.
That's Anthony's glowing review. Is it doesn't have the worst pizza ever.
It's
Unless they put pineapple on it.
I don't hate pineapple on pizza.
Well,
I'm gonna get out of the band. Sorry.
I'm fine. See you guys.
actually, the reason I brought it up, there was actually a little meme. It's sort of like Joe Pesci. It's a scene in a casino where he's going to get beat up and everything there too, but it's instead like show like the face the Italians make when they're putting pepperoni on pizza.
no, God, please, no.
Actually, pineapple on pizza. Sorry. So, yeah.
It's like, no, please, anything with that, please.
You know
It's
he's
like
lost.
Guantanamo Bay torture. So yeah, but all great choices there nonetheless. Okay. For the next one right here, what would you say is currently your favorite movie and TV series, if you got one?
So reverse order. Let's start with
Oh God.
no pressure.
I don't know. Crap.
Well, you guys have time to think. I'll go. I personally don't have like a favorite TV show at the moment. Well, right now I'm currently binge watching through the anime Bleach. That's what I've been doing. Yeah,
That's my bro.
yeah. Interweave that much. Interweave. But yeah, binge watching Bleach. Going through all that. Favorite movie, Lords of Dogtown. No questions asked. My favorite of all time. Will never change. Never.
All right. So favorite movie is Finding Nemo. It just
Why? Because the mom dies early on?
yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. What can I say? Very macabre. All right, like
Sorry, Mom. I just really like that beginning.
no, I just really like
So I had a wholesome answer, and then Anthony's dead.
it's just hard. It's just like
You can't do that.
I feel like every time I watch that movie, it's just like something I see something else funny about it. It's either that or like Lilo and Stitch. I'm a huge Disney nerd, so like I'm not like a Disney adult where I'm gonna like dress up as Mickey and
Wait, you don't dress up as Mickey?
you guys are supposed to tell people that. Favorite TV show? It's hard to argue. For me, there's a couple because it depends on what mood I'm in. Like favorite show to kind of just put on and pass the time is Family Guy or American Dad. Just like background, like you can miss the entire season and still come back to it. Favorite actual like congruent TV show. It's either Parks and Rec because
It's Parks and
it's Parks and Rec. Office is overrated. And
Just off half the country.
that's fine. I'm okay with that. Let's fight. And then for the original Netflix Daredevil was so good. It like just everything about that, like the action from the action to the storylines and stuff like that, and the new season. I haven't started yet because I'm just going to wait for it to all come out, and then
There is potential. I've only watched the first episode, but there is potential.
Yeah.
What about you at?
All right, you've had time.
I can't go wrong. It's probably maybe Empire Strikes Back or even the original Star Wars. I'm a big
Nerd.
nerd. I could have said Lord of the Rings.
Nerd.
Nerd. So,
Hey guys, he's a big fat nerd and a phony.
if I had the Italian roots, I probably would have chose Sopranos as the TV show.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
I'll say I didn't really want the problem. I don't know why. I just never. I think because by the time it ended, I was still really young, and I just never actually watched it. But
You strike me as a Seinfeld guy.
What's the
That's
deal
my dad.
with these points?
Okay, fair. You know what? That is your dad.
I mean, when it comes to shows,
I mean-
I don't know. There's Friends. There's Family Guy. There's shit. I don't know. I would say those are probably my main two.
There's so much good content now, like TV show wise.
I've been watching Invincible like crazy with the new season out. That show is good right now. I'm just excited for episode 8 with. I won't spoil it for anyone that hasn't seen it that's
Thank you.
watching.
I haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah,
Eventually.
they got one more episode, and I'm hyped for it with where they're at.
Don't be a spoiler owl. Whatever you do.
Anyway,
Snake kills Dumbledore. Snake kills Dumbledore. Oh no! Spoiler owl strikes again.
anyway, I won't mention it when Mark did Mark.
I gave that one away. So,
God damn it! That spoiler owl's in here again.
goddamn spoiler now. So yeah.
Wait, how's Mark doing? Mark is good with Mark.
Ooh. All right, but all great choices there nonetheless. So, not sure if you guys do drink, but if you do, what's your favorite alcoholic drink, and then what's your favorite non-alcoholic drink?
Josh's favorite alcoholic drink is easy.
None.
He's California sober.
Yeah, that's me, unfortunately. But Baja Blast is the way to go. That's the nectar of life, the nectar of the gods. The one inside.
That's a good one. That is a good one. I do. I'm a good old tried and true Jack and Coke guy.
I can't argue with that.
It's hard to it's hard to mess with a classic. I love doing I'm at a blackjack table, craps table, just out at dinner. It goes with damn near everything. It's a good enough whiskey to where I can drink it by itself, but it's still a cheaper enough whiskey to where I can I can mix it with stuff and not feel bad about it, right? So it's one of those that and then Coke's Coke, so whatever. And then
Wait, it is?
yeah, believe it or not,
Fucking believe this.
non-alcoholic.
Just Coke.
I'm a monster guy. I
I mean, you did mention Coke earlier, so.
I live off of energy drinks and spite, so.
And the hatred of argument.
How much is your heart not exploded?
Brother, I drink 2 32-ounce coffees a day.
That's rookie numbers.
Yeah.
Within 3 hours of each other.
I drink 3 energy drinks a day.
Would you like a cookie
that's
or a
more-
medal?
That's more than 3 hours.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's way more than
Would you like a cookie or a medal?
probably shock pads to restart my heart at some point.
Good.
Anthony, drinks.
I'm mainly a beer guy. Honestly, I don't really drink a lot of anything else when it comes to alcohol.
Every time I see him, he has a beer in his hand.
Okay, I don't drink like that.
Every time I've seen you.
Practice.
At practice, yeah.
Yeah.
I should clarify, at practice.
He is currently not drinking right now. Okay,
I'm drinking my invisible water. Go. But
great impression. Best impression of the day.
yeah,
Better than me. I got shit to be worried about.
yeah, you should be. Worried.
Non-alcoholic drink.
Can't go with or can't go wrong with Gatorade or water, honestly.
Gatorade.
H2O.
Gatorade.
H2O.
Water sucks. It really, really sucks. Water sucks. It really, really sucks. Sucks.
I almost drank Dorkade. So yeah.
I applaud myself.
Could drink Brondo. It's got what plants crave.
I don't know. Whatever next. All right. But nonetheless, all great choices there too. All right. So here for the last one right here. I know the way it's originally worded, it's like, what's currently your favorite song? So if you do have one, feel free to share. Otherwise, give some shout outs to your top 3 bands that you listened to a good bit recently from mainstream world, and then 3 from like the independent community.
Well, if you can't tell, I don't know.
Wait, you're a Sleep Token fan?
Oh my god! I like.
I wear a Sleep Token like every time.
I don't-
I think I've only seen him wear.
I was gonna say, I don't think he
Sleep
owns any.
Token once.
He doesn't own any other clothes. It's just like token shirts.
Wait.
There's a thing called a washing machine.
Yeah, but I see you wear 6 different Sleep Token shirts.
Fair point.
It's like such a equivalent of me you seeing me drinking beer. You wear Sleep Token shirts almost every practice.
True. I don't know.
Or Sleep Token something.
But if I had to go down the list, it would be like, because I range from like what we play to like anything from like Darko US to like the Blade theme. That's where my music taste goes to. So anything that has like good house music is in like the top 2. Like Fred again is one of my favorite artists now. Like he's insane. But yeah, Sleep Token obviously is top number 1, and then probably Bulletin Valentine at number 3.
Some of my favorite bands, I think I mentioned it already: Rush, Dream Theater, 2112, the 20-minute epic from the album with the same name from '76 is one of my all-time favorite songs. Then you got songs like Natural Science off of Permanent Waves from 1980, just naming Rush, Dream. I'm an 80s hair metal band too. I listen to and I mentioned it too. I'm a big progressive rock, progressive metal guy. There's also bands like King Crimson, Frank Zappa, Mars Volta, get a little bit more modern. I've been listening to heavily this one band that my sister got me into called Black Midi. One of the members, he goes by Joey Griep. He just released a solo album last year. It's a more jazz fusion, prog rock type direction. It's probably my top 10 albums of last year. Saw him back in January. That was great. In terms of modern metal, I listened to a lot of Invent Animate. Josh and I are actually going to go see them with Silent Planet. And who's open? 156 Silence, and I can't remember the last band. Alt, I think, is how you pronounce it. Yeah, they're pretty damn good too. All just released albums in the last year or so.
You're very all over the place. You're polyjamorous is what I call it.
Yeah. And I'm also a big jazz guy and classical music guy. I've been like in ensembles and stuff in the past. It's just been a hot minute.
His nickname is BB Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, but you know what they say? It's just one of those days.
Feel like a freight train.
Everybody's fucked. Everybody sucks. So,
I don't got my privileges. Yeah.
That's fair enough, yeah.
The fucking starfish.
A hot dog flavored water. Yeah.
which I thought was going to be best bet is to stay away, motherfucker. It's just one of those days.
It's just one of those days. Talk about the he said, she said bullshit.
You better quit talking that shit. Yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah.
There we go.
I also mentioned Whitechapel and Spirit Box just released an album. I'm actually wearing a Whitechapel shirt right now.
Hey, this guy likes Whitechapel. He's going for the jukebox. No.
Hey, it could be weird. I could play some Malvete, more folk metal type.
Oh, my favorite thing is to go to a country bar and play Whitechapel.
I'm gonna throw a wrench at their stuff. My favorite stuff to listen to. I'm a big Copson, Nipsey Hussle, Eminem, Logic, I love me some hip hop.
Do you do it
Tech Nine? Yeah, all the time. There's just something about lyrical hip hop that just is fun and like get you going. Like I absolutely like that kind of stuff. Yeah, who doesn't mess with Wu-Tang? Like let's be real here. They're wrong. If we're going like rock, heavy metal, my favorite song of all time probably is "Unholy Confessions" by Sevenfold. Like it's hard for me that's like for me the perfect song. Like it's the good old 2000s 578 riff, right? Like it's got some good cleans, good screams, breakdown. Like it like to me it checks all the elements for like a fantastic song. But like yeah, no, Sevenfold and Trivium are probably and Bullet are my 3 favorite bands of all time.
It's like wow, you should go see them.
Crazy.
It's like all the Red and Believe from Within are also
like,
opening.
Wholehearted from Trivium is probably one of the first like metal songs I learned. Like Down from the Sky was the reason I bought a 7-string guitar and 5-string bass, is so I could actually play Shogun, stuff like that. So like recently I'm getting more into I love I don't even know if they're considered recent anymore. Like I still love like Adeliva's Way. I love Beartooth.
Beartooth is still relevant.
Yeah,
Beartooth.
I've been recently messing with Motionless in White.
Just take me to
local wise, I am going to shout out a couple local bands that absolutely kill it. First and foremost is probably like one of the most supported bands for us. Their name is Grandeur. They're playing Delaware Dirt Fest next week, and we're gonna a handful of us are able to go. But like, shout out to them. Their music's great, and like they're just in general fantastic dudes. Then there's
Yet It Moves boys.
Yeah, Yet It Moves. There's Devil in Disguise, a local Baltimore area band. I played with them, and their music just absolutely hits. And then there's a band actually based out of Dover, and they're probably one of the bigger bands that came out of Delaware is Awake at Last. Like it was crazy because the first time I ever I saw one of their shows, like one of their first ever shows back in like 2010, 2011. They were playing at some church, and like it was just like in Maryland, and it was one of those like house church shows, but it wasn't like a religious church show. It was a hardcore show, like I'm moshing at a church. It was fantastic, everything you could ever imagine. But then I'm like, because at the time you look at them, they had a very what is the it's gonna escape the name of me, the Japanese looking guys with the crazy hair. Anyway, no. But the next day I was at Target in Dover, and the lead singer was stocking shelves. It was like the craziest surreal. I was like, I just saw these guys live like yesterday, and now I ran into the singer. Vince is super cool. And then the fact that like they've gotten on Octane Radio and Sirius XM, like they're doing tours. They're playing with Ice Nine Kills and stuff like that. Like it's crazy to think about like a Delaware band being able to do that. And so like, if I had to set a bar, like that's the bar I want to hit with Tempting, is that like we're able to kind of do stuff like that and have our stuff heard around the world.
Get the ball rolling and not stop.
Yeah.
One can dream. So
yeah.
Well, it's my dream.
A dream theater. So yeah.
Yeah, those are cute. The Dream Theater.
Okay.
You set him up perfectly, and
he doesn't take the bait.
He doesn't take the bait. I thought he would. But whatever.
Unbelievable. You're not getting paid for this now.
Wait, you guys are getting paid?
No go for you.
No money for you.
No soup for you. How about that? All right. Boys, we're almost out of time on my podcast right here, but we're down to one more question before we jump into it. Would you guys like to ask me anything? We'll do one apiece if anyone's got any questions for me.
All right, what's your favorite band?
Well, I'm actually pretty stoked. I actually got Between the Buried and Me, and they're coming to Pittsburgh here pretty soon. So everyone's leaning in close.
Also love the Baron.
Yeah, no, that's a good choice. Like, absolutely.
Let's see, Between the Buried and Me, I actually did see Nile and 6 Feet Under, so those guys are at least on top of the list right there. And then those are at least there. And then actually, I've always find somebody new, because I would say I definitely did Doug Hollow. I listened to that one last night.
Thank you.
From this band called Tempting the Tides. You should check them out. It's really awesome too.
Yeah, I've heard of them. They're actually like they're going to be up and coming. So like,
I did hear the drummer's a dick though.
be the
And single.
be hipsters. Get in before it's cool, okay? Because it's going to be cool. I guarantee you. Like the stuff these guys make is good enough, and I'm hoping to kind of
Just good enough.
live wise drive. No, I'm saying, shut up.
I love you too.
Keep it together. Keep it together.
Features very often. I don't, and this guy finds a way to.
It's my job to do that.
Yeah. But no, like,
Just throw 'em all
I
out.
appreciate the support on that one. No, because we do love doing this.
Also, there was a fun little Easter egg I want to point out. In the recording of Hollow, during the, if you're listening to headphones or speakers or whatever, on the left side you can hear the other guitarist because he's left-handed, and on the right side you hear me where I'm right-handed. So I thought that would be a cool little Easter egg to throw into the.
I actually didn't even realize that either.
Yeah, no, I specifically mentioned it to the producer. I was like, I want to put this in here. This would be really fun to do.
All right, Josh, your question.
Oh, what is your honest opinion of Hollow?
You know what? Like I said earlier, it actually reminded me a lot of those old metalcore days, and even like some of the alternative groups I used to listen to. Kind of like the Story of the Year. And let's see, I Kiss for Jersey. Actually, that was one of the ones that kind of came to mind the first time around. So, kind of drawing a blank. I know I got like a good bit of them on my iTunes and everything else. So, but it kind of goes back to like those old days. So, it definitely brought that back in. You know what? It didn't mention Killswitch Engage until you told me. So.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
when Chris came in with that riff,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
I immediately heard End of Heartache from them. Like, yeah.
Exactly.
Now here's a fun little teaser. When you listen to the solo from Hollow, immediately go listen to the F-Zero X Big Blue soundtrack. Chris has never played that. So Chris, our other guitarist, has never played that game in his life. Never heard that. But the similarities between the two are hilarious. It's like
Mind-boggling.
It's like, are you sure you didn't play that game? So that's that whole deal.
right.
Yeah. I got nothing, honestly, if I'm being honest. Very redundant of me.
All right, that's all good. All right, there's nothing else. Here's how the last question goes, and Josh, you can go first, and then Rob, and then Tony, you can close it out. So, all right. So, given a whole lot of stuff that's kind of happened in the world here too. Obviously, we had COVID that kind of lasted for like we'll say 3 years, because I'm assuming that's when it normally started like lifting up. But for people who are dealing with kind of the after effects of COVID, or dealing with depression, anything else in their lives, what would be your message of hope so they can try to move forward with their lives?
It gets better, man. Like, I spent like the entirety of my 20s wanting to die, wanting to find a way out, just put an end to it. And then into my 20s came around, and I was just like, well, I'm still here, so there's got to be some form of purpose. And you'll find your purpose too. It's just a matter of time. Like, when I say that this opportunity fell into my lap just out of nowhere, I don't know how it happened still to this day. Like, where I'm able to express how like my creativeness can be put into a positive manner, and if it can help someone, then that's all that I can ask for.
It's the whole your music saved my life, that whole deal. So yeah.
Because I had the same thing where other artists, their music saved my life, so I want to return the favor.
You're welcome. very loud drumming thing, right? and then
It ruined your ears.
I do. All right.
Congratulations, permanent ear damage is now yours.
you can have all the ear protection, but I will find a way to pass.
We'll find a way. So that'll do.
Like a kidney stone.
Like a kidney stone, earache is there.
I do. All right, Rob.
Find joy in little bits of joy in everything. Like, I think the way I go about my day is I try to laugh at least one time a day, and I am not over or above laughing at my own jokes, because I make my jokes for me, and if anybody else finds them funny, then good for them. So
we don't laugh.
correct. But yeah, just find the joy in the small things, and realize that tomorrow's another day. We're gonna push through. We're gonna get through, and find the love in your hobbies too, because you can definitely, if you find an outlet to pour your passion into, it'll help out immensely. Also, talk to a professional. That also helps.
Yeah. Therapy is a godsend.
Okay, my turn.
Well, we're waiting. So yeah.
Hard out, and then there's this guy.
Well, okay, in all actual seriousness, like, if an opportunity arises to meet up with some other cool people, maybe not these guys, just don't be a little bitch and just take it.
He said,
I quit this band. So yeah.
But yeah, and I've mentioned it too. Like, I was in like other bands. I was in still in a cover band. I don't know why I keep saying was for some reason, but yeah, sometimes it just takes a lot of trial and error. Like, not the first people you work with are not going to be your definitive group of people. Like, it's going to take time. Like,
it takes work to mesh.
like, I'm 27 now. I've been working with like different people since I've been like 14, when I started marching band and doing like different projects and stuff. And sometimes it just takes the right people. Like I'm forever grateful I responded to that initial Facebook message board about looking to start a grunge tribute / cover band, and by the time me and Kenny really got started on Tempton, now was Tempton, we ain't looking back, and I'm just really grateful for it.
Don't be afraid to take risks.
Yeah, like,
The worst possible thing that you can get is a no. Really.
Worst thing they could say is no. So yeah.
Right.
Okay. And spoken like a bunch of true prodigies. So. Okay. So boys, we're reaching our podcast right here. We're just shy of about 2 hours, but nonetheless, would you guys like to say any final words? Any shout outs to anybody else?
I think, yeah, again, shout out to
Eric Johnson,
recording engineer. Biggest shout out to Kenny and Chris, our other two band members, because we're the ones here right now, but they're just as important as the rest of us.
we're the ones that don't have lives, apparently.
Correct. Yeah.
That's my me.
So, anyway, that's I'll take the phone call.
Yeah. No.
Or I knew that.
Anthony's parents for letting us use their house to practice and put up with our noise, and then
They like it until they don't.
Kenny's wife Jordan for managing our social media and stuff. Like, it's fantastic. There's so many people that have helped us, and that like don't directly contribute to the music, but they are still part of Tempting the Tides, because it takes a village, right?
There's that throughout the day.
Amen.
Yeah, and everything's the process.
Also, I wanted to thank you for having the time to take an interview with
What he
us
said.
as well.
Oh, you beat me to it. That's what Rob wanted to say. So, hey. Just real quick, what social media and streaming platforms are you guys on so you can check out your music and interact?
We should be on all major streaming platforms. I know for that's Spotify. I know for a fact Amazon. I am 99% sure it's on Apple Music.
It's not. It's not yet. I double checked. It was. It's going to be. It should be here the next few days. Social media wise, we're Tempting the Tides. We're Tempting the Tides band on pretty much every social media. There is another Tempting the Tides Instagram that's
It's old. It's not. It's old.
okay. There's an old one. Look for the one with the shark logo. That's our actual on Instagram. That's our actual Instagram page.
If it looks like we posted stuff within the last few hours, even then that's more than likely. And we're on all major apps.
We're also
Facebook, Instagram. We're on TikTok now with me posting my shenanigans.
We're also looking for a name for our shark mascot. So, back comments.
Title.
Let us know. Let us know the best name for that.
All right, sounds
I'll
good.
hit you with the standard.
Don't forget to hit the like button.
And subscribe today. So yeah.
Subscribe today. You get nothing.
And also check out Hollow, our first single, and look for all of our stuff we're going to come out with in the future.
Yeah, if you live in the Delaware area, look out for any shows that we have planned.
All right.
Stay tuned for what we got coming. We got some bangers coming in the oven.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be a half hour of me showing off.
That too. All right. To close out like this, everyone, my guest today was Josh, Rob, and Tony, hailing from the lovely state of Delaware. Actually, our first out of Delaware. I do gotta give a shout out there. So make sure you go hit up all socials, all streaming platforms, everything here too. They're part of the band Tempting the Tides. So let us know in the comments what do you think the Shark's name should be. I think we could use Eddie or Vic or anything like that anymore. So
make it appropriate.
We'll make it appropriate. PG rated. We'll do PG rated this time. So
PG-13. I'm okay with 13.
All right,
I
sounds
want
good.
to have a Cars 3 theme, at least.
Why? Because life is a highway.
Don't make me ban you from other things.
All right. But we had a great time here too. We had a lot of references here too. So, boys, God bless you and stay safe out there because you know it is one pretty fucked up world out there.
All right, sir.
So, stay safe. Rock on. And last thing, any opposed for everybody? Stay tuned, y'all.
Yeah.
Good. Hey.